If your polish is going a bit thick and gloopy, you shouldn't use nail polish remover to thin it, but how should you do it? I'll show you how in this video. So when your nail polishes get a bit older, they sometimes get a bit gloopy. This is because the base evaporates a little bit, and you should never put nail polish remover into your polishes to restore them, because this will destroy them and stop them drying properly. And you can get special nail polish thinner, which is what I've always used in the past, but I do find it doesn't work so well with glitter polishes. So this particular technique is one that I learned from Some Call Me Coco, and I will link her video below. And instead of using nail polish thinner, I'm going to be using suspension base. So I decided to try this method out on a couple of polishes that I don't worry about too much, and the first one is the one that I showed you in the intro, and it is Polish Me Royalties 3 Libras, and as you can see, this is now extremely difficult to work with and very thick, so almost impossible to do a decent manicure with this polish as it is at the moment. So this watches me attempting to use it before I restore it. I did this so you have a before and after comparison, and so I could see how well this technique is working. As this polish was so bad, I put quite a lot of the suspension base in it. I was a little bit concerned because it's not completely clear as to whether that would change the polish. So I am going to do another swatch afterwards so you can see how it looked. After you've added the suspension base, you are going to need to give the polish a very good shake. I've got one of those nail polish bottle shakers that I use, and that really does mix it up very well. After a good shake, this is how the polish then looked. You can see it is a lot less gloopy than it was before. And you can see here that it is an awful lot easier to apply it to the swatch wheel. The glitters in this polish had already leaked into the suspension base before, giving a slight pink look to the base of the polish, but this is certainly no worse, and if anything maybe a little bit better in this new swatch. And here's the before and after comparison for you. So with success on that one, I decided to try it on another of my polishes that is almost unusable, and this is A Star Is Born by Cuccio. I do have this one in a full-size bottle, so I wasn't too worried about trying it out on the mini. So here's me swatching this polish before I revived it. As you can see, you're getting some stringiness with this one, and it's not particularly easy to work with, but it's not as bad as the last one. Again, we've got some bleeding from the glitters into the base, and it does give a bit of a pink tint to this topper. As this one wasn't quite so bad, I added a little bit less of the suspension base. What I suggest if you do this is that you add a little bit at the time, shake it up, see what effect it's had, and if you need to, add a little bit more. Keep doing this until you're happy with the consistency of the polish. This is the application after it's been revived. As you can see, it's an awful lot better, much easier to apply, and the base is not stringy or gloopy at all, and also perhaps just a little bit less pink than it was before. So here again, you've got the comparison of the before and after applications. Confident that this was working quite well, I decided to try a couple more of my more treasured polishes. And the first one that I wanted to try is Unicornicopia by Polish Me Royalty. and this is my favourite scattered holographic topper, but I found that as time has gone on it has become a little bit thicker and the tiny holographic glitters have become much more dense within the base. So this one's still usable, but I'm beginning to not like the effect that you get on the nails because you get so much of that holographic finish that it covers up the base coat quite a lot. And again, you have to give it a good shake. I didn't do a before and after with this one, but I just wanted to check out the effect that it had, and now you've got a much better dispersal of those holographic glitters. And this is how I remember this polish being before. And finally I decided to have a go at Pirouette My Whistle by OPI. Again, the formula on this one is still okay, it's not gone too gloopy, but the glitters are more densely packed within than they were before. And again, I didn't quite like the effect compared to how it was originally. So again, not adding too much of the suspension base to this one, just enough to try and get those glitters a bit better dispersed. And again, shaking this polish after adding the suspension base. I got my polish shaker from Amazon, nothing special, cost me I think around about £20, and it does the job fine. You can see already that looks a lot better, and after a good shake on my polish shaker, this is how it looked swatched. So overall I was really pleased with this technique for reviving my glitter polishes. I've since done a couple of others and it's worked just as well with those. Please let me know if you decide to give this a try, let me know how you get on with it. And if you would kindly subscribe to my channel, that will help me with my goal of reaching 2,500 subscribers this year.